Many of you would have heard this falsehood being peddled by the opposition PNP regarding their members being suppressed in Parliament.
That's why we're born all Labour right and PNP to two of them see Marcus Garvey who represent self-sovereignty.
If you want rich, you do what the rich do. If you want poor, you do what the poor do.
And to the people them were always a talk about the 18 years that PNP was in power for. Come to the front of the class, you guys I come about. And to the Jamaicans and the people who don't know their history, come to the front of the class. Because Marcus Garvey and I quote said, a people without the knowledge of its history and its culture is like a tree without its roots. And many are out here without the knowledge of our history and our culture. So we just out here and see we are blab them out, because sometime in the comment section me don't know what to do, we don't know. Like seriously. No, let's get into it. The reason why PNP could be in power for 18 years was a result of what happened in the 1980s when Edward Seaga was the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Now, there was an election in the 1980s. It was October 20, 1980, when there, October 20, but sometime in October. Yes, when there was an election that was called. Now, mind you, Michael Manley, he was a socialist, more of a democratic side. So he was was very good friends. So Jamaica, in that time, Jamaica was very good friends with Cuba. Mind you, the US, the United States of America, led by Ronald Reagan, the Republican president at the time, he saw that as a threat because, as you know, Jamaica is the capital of the Caribbean. Period. So they saw that as a threat for the most influential country in the Caribbean being, siding more towards Cuba. He saw that as a threat. Now, being that he saw that relationship with Michael Manley and Cuba, he decided that, okay, he sided with Edward Seaga. He was more of the, open trade, free market type of thing. So he sided with Seaga, and them shipping the guns them and the things them in Jamaica to destabilize the country. Jamaica became destabilized. So when during 1980s when the election was called, over 1,800 people were killed because of politics. The guns were shipped into Jamaica to cause an unrest. Now, during that election, there was a landslide. JLP government, Edward Seaga, win by a landslide because people couldn't go out to vote. They threatened people, they killed people, they dumped ballot boxes, they did all kind of things to intimidate the people of Jamaica to not going out and vote. So Edward Seaga, of course, won the election. Okay, and he was leading Jamaica. During the 1983, he called a snap election. The PNP decided they're not going to contest that election because the voters list was not updated, because during the remember the election that was called in 1980, that election a lot of people died. So the voters list would need to be updated. Seaga decided to him not update the voters list. A bad man thing in Japan, so voters list not update. So the PNP decided, say, Michael Manley said, no, I'm not going to contest that election because the voters list need to be updated, and then because there need to be some kind of fairness within the electoral system. He did a contest, so they won by default 60 seats. They won, and they were controlling Jamaica. Mind you, Jamaica was owing debt to the IMF during that period. Seaga also went and borrowed money upon the debt that they already had to the IMF. Seaga went and take more money from them. So double debt. Now the IMF had strict and harsh measures because they want back their money. So because of those harsh measures, bare unemployment happened. Seaga privatized a lot public institution. He privatized them, Unemployment rate skyrocketed. The dollars was sliding. So people are dead for hungry because of all those harsh measures that the IMF put in place. So during those time, guys, everything was bad. People were dying from hunger. The country is still, crime and violence is still a skyrocketing. I remember say you're shipping beer guns. So a beer gun thing now. Garrison would become worse, and that's how garrison was formed during them time because of that. So say I be a Danny in charge now and all of these things. Now the people, migration started to happen. So so the people with them degrees, the people that are well off, just like now that is happening in Jamaica right now. The people, the teachers, the professionals, the people with the education, they started to migrate to England, Canada, and US, just like what's happening now where nurses or doctors or teachers are leaving Jamaica. That's what happened during those times. Anyway, because of everything that was happening now and everything was going on and the people, they must see people dead for hunger, suffering that go on. There was an election 1989 and the people voted back Michael Manley into power. And because obviously they're going to. Michael Manley came back into office and he started to turn around the economy. So that's why the people, because of how traumatized they were underneath the JLP administration led by Edward Seaga. Edward Seaga could never became Prime Minister of Jamaica again. My grandfather used to tell me when I used to ask him, like, Granddaddy, why are you so strict when it comes to being a PNP? And he told me Edward Seaga, but back in the days, old people didn't really tell you the details. He just said Edward Seaga can never be Prime Minister of Jamaica again. That is why, and that is why the people were even traumatized. The older people up until millennials were so traumatized by the JLP party that they never wanted to see them in office again because of that. So that's why PNP could be in office for 18 years. So when you want to come and talk about the 18 years, I for no fault, labor rights, I for them fault because of the damage that they did to Jamaica. That Jamaica still is recovering from because of the garrison that they created. Jamaica is still recovering from the dons and all of them stuff there. And them make so much gun there down there. So come to the front, man. Come talk. Because you're full of beer yappings. But because you guys just run with one set of thing, 18 years, like why? Tell us why. That is the reason why. So come down in the comment section, come argue with yourself now.
The Jamaican election is here, September 3rd to be exact. And people, we have the two usual parties running. On the right, we have the Green Giant Party, the JLP with its leader, Dr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, my brother from another mother. He came from humble beginnings, a 2-bedroom house up in Spanish Town.
Oh my God.
Me come from a 1-bedroom house, but we both rich. No, him rich, me no rich. Me just try to be rich. So he came from humble beginning, meaning that his worldview is similar to ours. And that is why I believe Dr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness should have done more for the average Jamaican because him no suffering.
No, him not going to win. Him can't beat Andrew.
And he is the leader who said he wants Jamaica to become the Singapore of the West. And I believe him.
Jamaica is going to become the Singapore of the Western Hemisphere, without question.
However, on the left, you have the Orange Crush Party with its leader, the one and only Mark Golding. And Mark Golding has not given us any idea of what he wants Jamaica to become.
No, sir.
So Mark Golding, if you know Mark Golding lineage is money. Mark Golding worldview cannot fit the average man in the street worldview, although he married a sister and although Mark Golding can dance a little bit. But don't forget, Mark Golding is coming from money tree. And Mark Golding never hungry yet. Mark Golding never had white squall upon him mouth.
Oh my God.
In addition, you must understand, Mark Golding has been an investment banker with Peter Bunting. No, Mark Golding is now the leader of a socialist party. People, nothing can go so. People, honestly, nothing can go so.
And you know, I just wanted to just make it absolutely clear that I am indeed born here as a Jamaican. Here is my birth certificate.
What is missing is the UIC, a third party. Jamaican people, you see, we out in the diaspora, we can't get to vote. So you guys have to vote and decide where you want the country to go. I believe the 70% apathetic voters in Jamaica would love to have a choice. But however, we're still stuck with the same Green Giant Party and also the Orange Crush Party. Now, maybe you've watched the debates. Now the debates are over. Do you realize when you listen to Mark Golding, he never addressed Dr. Prime Minister Holness on his accreditation? He never called him doctor. He tried to discredit him by calling him Andrew.
Andrew, what they know about you is that you have 28 bank accounts.
Oh my God.
He was not legitimizing Dr. Holness' accreditation. People, who do you want to govern Jamaica for the next maybe 5-10 years? Now, when you assess the last debate, you realize that Dr. Holness came out on the defense. And he had to be on the defense because he's the Prime Minister and his records are completely in the public space. And you could see it in his body language. And Mark Golding was on the attack like a pit bull. However, Dr. Holness almost midway in the debate got some wits and got some teeth. For me, I conclude that the debate was a draw. But you Jamaicans, you have to decide. On the other side, what was so interesting about the debates, we realized that the PNP is saying the JLP corrupt. The JLP is saying the PNP corrupt. And Mark Golding is saying Andrew Holness had a credit problem when it comes to the Integrity Commission. And Andrew Holness is saying Mark Golding have a problem when it comes to FinSAC. But one thing we can confirm, that both of them have a corruption problem. So therefore, for Jamaica to rise to a higher level, people, they need to fix the corruption problem because the corruption is the biggest problem in Jamaica. That's why the 70% of people in Jamaica now vote.
If there is no Dennis Meadows, there is no vote, there is no PNP, there is no Trelawney seat for PNP.
I have no problem with a man if he want chop. Because they chop us during slavery. So nothing wrong if we chop them back.
Because them fed up. Because they say it doesn't matter if it's Tweedledoo or Tweedledum, nothing nah change.
All they come and do is talk about me and tell lie for me and tell all kind of lie.
And the 70% voter sitting on the sideline, drop your comment. Tell me know what you think. Do you think this debate has really opened up your mind to make you decide you want to vote? Or do you still say, cho, me nah bother with this because nothing nah change anyway? Let me know what you think. So Jamaican people, you have a choice to make. You can decide to go with the same old, or try something new. But the new is also from the same old. So you get in the two-party system. It's like a horse versus a mule. So you have to decide, do you want to ride a horse or do you want a mule? Because at the end of the day, for me, I don't support none as usual.
Oh my God.
Because from the past 40 years, they have failed Jamaica. Look at Singapore, where Lee Kuan Yew came to Jamaica and copied some of Jamaica's policies and turned Singapore in a financial behemoth. And Jamaica still creeping and crawling and having problems, can't even fix roads.
Oh my God.
So you Jamaicans have to decide where you want the country to go. And I hope these leaders step up to the game now, and whoever you pick, decide to really turn Jamaica upon a positive.
Real talk, man.
As Mayor Rothschild says, it doesn't matter who is the head of state, as long as I control the economy. And when you really look at who were behind the moderators, it confirms to me it doesn't matter if it's the right wing, JLP, or the left wing, the PNP, both wings are controlled by the same bird.
Yo, election time. You don't know, Man I come vote. Man I forward. Man I forward come vote. Cause bro, big man thing. I'm not directed. But you see what me say I go another election here. I've seen a few conference and speech from individuals and thing, and one I think what disgusts me is the way the People National Party mindset just stuck at one place. It's like, you know, to evolve as a person. Cause you're leading your lead story where you're on a campaign. You're supposed to tell the people what changes you're gonna make and how it's going to affect them life and what the plans they have for the country. You're not hearing any of that. You're hearing stuff. The most viral stuff I'm seeing is, oh, Andrew talk about him own taxi. Andrew, I've never taken one of those taxis. Bro, where's the reasoning? Really? You have to come better than that. People want to hear plans. You are trying to swing. Because remember, you know, the People National Party have them people them. And they're more on the elder side. You see me? The persons them where you see now, young youth, are really die-hearted them. So them have a mind of them own. No disrespect. You see it, we're on our friends still. You see it. Bear in mind, my father a PNP, my mother a PNP. But I was able to get a job. Shout out to mama. Mommy! Shout out. I don't know where you get the link, but it set me up for today. Success. You see me, because I'm my first outings to get a job. But we never representing PNP or JLP, because you know the links big. And the bigger people in the community who run up behind them are, have ties and think I'll get them job there. But I was able to get an indoor agent position. You see me? And I was able to sit, so you'd have sent me up front in the passenger seat where me I see everything unfold. As an 18-year-old, me I see everything. You see me? And me I tell you, say, me shame. Fam, me shame. No cap, me shame. People turning up don't know the color, don't know how to make an X, and they're voting for PNP. You see me? You tell me, say, you don't have a plan for not even your kids them who are 2 and 3 and 4 them time there. This is 2004. Just to put a high school and me get the first job. Like money they nice. But me vote me represent to one party. I don't know the Rasta. But it was a Rasta then. An independent party. And then get about probably 2 or 3 votes for the whole day. Cause so them region they are PNP and JLP region. Sentan, I will place. Look how Sentan beautiful now. Bro, 2000 when media Sentan and brother, I don't know what going to happen to me and thing, cause there's no future plannings and thing, everything hard to get and something. You see me? And I go to Obama and I say, alright, me have to work on something. And I did my work, bro. The struggles hard, fam. Because I was doing a job. And the job that I was doing, it's a PNP people, set of people them. Who know. If you know. I say, yeah. You see me? The job that I was doing, are people, bro, you know amount of things them deprive we have. Eh? Because they won't bring in stuff or implement stuff for we get benefits where we can help a family or get raise where we can help a family. Brother, we stuck. And I say, yo, this have to change. 2008, me get up and me go vote for the first time. Bruce, shout out. Better Prime Minister ever run the thing. You see me? Big man thing. I vote for see a change. Come on and see if there was a difference. You see me? Because I'll say right through a PNP. You see me? I wait on the 80s me born in. Me I tell you. And when me say me vote 2004. So I've seen stuff. And I say, yo, I want to see a change and see if it's better. And it's better. To be honest, it's better. By far. No joke thing. By far. By a milestone. Right now we have one prime minister in young, in smart. Marky B, no disrespect. But I know me no hear you are. You know, me see the pan. Other bunks. But guess what you have? You have some lyrics there. You have some dub. Yo, one of them tough. You see me? But that still can't put money in a young youth them pocket. You them want better life. Better vision and your lead. Start with that. You know, too late. Have a storyline. Have a plan. Tell the youth them what they might get, what they might expect if them vote. You see me? We care about. We already seen it from 2012. Me left go vote. Who me vote for? PNP. So you see, me no Ray. I'm not dieted. You realize? 2012 when me vote PNP. Shout out to Dr. Campbell. Because the man have a vision then for the youths. Most persons then, it's like nowadays youth is like them want if you give them brook fish and give them every day. But instead of you teach somebody for fish so they can fish for a lifetime and then can feed more people for a lifetime and then family. You see me? So Dayton come into the system and him say who never able to get no CXC or drop out of school for whatever reason because of financial reasoning or whatever. You know, anything could have happened and you drop out of school. Him give you a system where you can go back and him provided you're able to do 3 subjects. And think them 3 subjects are the most essential subjects in a Jamaica where you can't even join the police force, join the army or whatever. But you can change your life, you can change your outcome. People wasn't for that gratitude. For whatever reason. I may show you so the mindset just stuck as a PNP people them. And they turn to do it thing and it a work and people grateful. Some people grateful, but the same people them turn for the man. The man sit down and provide free medical for kids back to school. That is expensive, bro. Okay, if you have 1, 4 or 5 pitney, it add up. And the man sit down and do it. And you know what people turn against that same man not do nothing. I've seen a lot of changes under that man. And the same people them turn against him. PNP people them turn against him. I've witnessed parents I push their young daughter in the man's face. Forget vote. Or forget a $5,000 or get this or get that. Fam, it's not right. The mentality of PNP people, it's not right. You have to know why you're voting. You can't make because of dirty fam. You just have vote. Eh? Andrew are doing thing, you know. Corruption is everywhere. But we can't forget the corruption of PNP when in it too. The bulb and yada, you know them. You can't rub out. But guess what? People turn up and feed off it a day. And then what happens? It happened in every politics fam. Right across the globe. It happened here so. It happened in America. I see a thing that I'll let me use. And check the people and give them little money up of Philadelphia. No disrespect. But me do was when people want a little change, they will do anything for it. But you have to look and you have to think. You see me on your own 2 feet. Why are you doing the stuff that you are doing? Is it to affect changes for you or for your generation or your youth them to come? You see me? You must have a reason why you are doing this thing. But what PNP do, it can't rub out. For me, if they come back, they will make sure so them set probably for life. Them and them immediate families set. You see me? Because they will scrape as much as they can get. Fam, we have to be smart. Be safe. And none about the crime and violence. You see me? Everybody have an option and their opinion matters. So if them say a PNP, we are bridging same way after we drink some juice and play some football or whatever. Yo, we are going to play some soccer. Rasta! We are play soccer. We don't know you don't must see this, but we are going to play some soccer. Okay, boss? Yo, JLP out there.
Guys, which government of Jamaica when them in a power more things going for the country? JLP or PNP? Who make more things going for Jamaica, guys? Comment and let me know.
I was very embarrassed by what you said about the Portmore municipality and the long wait that you had. I really thought it was an indictment, except that I didn't know that there were issues surrounding the ownership of the land on which the fence was going to be built. And I think that that addition, that further explanation would have made a significant difference to how it was perceived. Because I had to make an inquiry. When you hear somebody, a minister, say that a fence which is needed for the security and the safety of the children has been delayed by a municipality for over 18 months, you must be concerned. Save and accept that there was a dispute over the ownership of the land, which prevented the municipality from giving the permission. That is critical. That is critical. If I am incorrect, then you must take it up with the media, who carried a report about the Nagahead situation. But when you're closing, tell me, explain to me how Naira would have been used to resolve that situation. Is it that you would have acquired the land? Because I am reading into Naira that Naira can do basically anything in the world.
JLP and Andrew Holness is the best government in Jamaica. Ah, boy. I don't even like to talk politics. You know, say, me dey on the earth over 3 decades now. And me born come see my mother, my father, have to buy water. And me come a buy water. My kids are going to come and buy water. I am from Clarendon. A lot of people, oh, I don't buy water. I get water every day. That is good for you. A lot of people don't even have a pipeline in a them yard. Listen, me don't want to hear about no PNP. Me don't want to hear about no JLP. Me don't want to hear about no politician. All of them full of shit like crab. Which country in the world you go and see the road, them come like a gully. You drive on the road, you don't even know which part to drive. You have to buy water from the water truck. Some places don't even have light. Look at the hospitals. Look when you go to the hospital, or the place cranny, or the place is just dysfunctional and sick stomach. Yet still, this government give JPS 150 million US dollars. That is 23 plus billion would that be Jamaican dollars. Yo. This is crazy. So tell me, why should I vote? Why should we take up ourselves to go vote? For what? What is the purpose of voting? What is the reason behind voting? What is the reason behind saying I'm a JLP? Or what is the reason to say I'm a PNP? What is the benefits? What are you getting? Look on your country. Look on your neighbors. Look on the road where you drive on. Look on the hospital. Look on the lighting conditions. Look at the water systems. Look round you. Yet still people are saying, this government is the best since sliced bread. And that government is the best since sliced bread. People are say PNP are the best. People are say JLP are the best. But it's the same problems and issues. And people, whether they're abroad, in the diaspora, are supporting these foolishness. Because them in a AC every day, and them drive on good road every day, they have running water in their toilets, face basin, bathtub, bubble bath. They are comfortable. And they make it seem like Jamaica is the same thing. It is not. The hypocrisy is diabolical. 150 million US dollars. That is 24 billion Jamaican dollars almost was granted to JPS by this government to fix and restore electricity while people are suffering. I get it. Them have to do what them have to do as the government. But look round you, look on the water. There's no water. Water is the source of life. Look on the people in house. Look on the road them. And then when you talk now, people say, oh, you know, like Andrew Holness, or oh, yeah, PNP, or oh, yeah, yo, man, no PNP, no JLP. No politician boy can come on my gate. Come tell me, say, vote. Vote for what? I talk as a Jamaican. Don't tell me no bullshit. It is crazy, yo. But people don't care. They don't. But the people is the power. But we think is the government. And we, the people, decide who will lead we with a vote. But we don't care about that. We care about hype and excitement. And green and orange. And over woman a gibbon and over man a gibbon. And all these madness. Nobody cares about real problems. Let me know when you think in the comment section. Reason we are reason. Or the season, good over evil. Big Voice Radio in the building. Let me know when you think in the comment section. It like. Follow the movement. Big up to yourself.
So, for those who think there's a difference, what did they use to form that conclusion? Well, 26% of respondents said the JLP is for the rich and the PNP for the poor. 10% said the JLP is more productive and efficient, and another 10% indicated they have different policies and mandates. 9% of respondents said the JLP is more organized. Another 8% said one party is more for the people and one has a better track record. Other differences? There's a difference in leadership style. When the PNP is in power, more money is in circulation. One is more corrupt than the other, and the PNP creates more job opportunities. Field work for the Don Anderson polls was done between November 24 and December 7. It has a margin of error of a plus or minus 3%. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
I want thing me I go tell you now. You see like how the election come and gone and with the back a square one in terms of back to normality. We have to understand this as Jamaican people. We have to work, pay our bills, send our people to school, walk on bad road, buy water, walk in the darkness, so on and so forth. We just hope say the rural communities, the countrysides and the highly neglected areas of Jamaica. We just hope say this election can bring some improvement from both sides. Because people have to understand this, you know. Politicians don't really care about the common people like that, you know. They only care about you when it's time for vote. You see, when them come and fix road, water and light, those are basic things that politicians should give the people freely. The standards are so low for us as a people, Jamaican people, all the way, where 4 years, you know, see them, and when the election time, them come at you little mall on the road, or little asphalt on the road, and then them campaign pan that, say them come fix your road. You buy for water 24/7. Me if you buy water now. $20,000 for full my tank them. 20 grand. And if them do give you little water, them campaign pan it and tell you say, me give you water. That is a basic common thing for we as people forget. Them come give you one little street light, but mash up from Wappy Kill fill up. And then come put in one and left the other 9. And them say them give you one street light. And them campaign pan it. How low we standards can be as a people? Because it is so bad that when them come fix the little road, give you little water and give you little light. Boy, I tell you, it is diabolical, you know. It is terrible. And people are kill up themselves over politicians, yo. Don't get me wrong, you know. Vote if you want to vote. You gone already? Campaign, do your thing, have fun. But don't go on like you're an idiot. Enough people don't even see the signs, yo. Oh man, for campaign on road where if you fix road, water and light, those are basic things. Taxpayers' money. And out of them pocket, them get it. Them get them money if you work for we. And we determine them. Them work for we. And it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. And it now get no better, you know. And when they talk them way, yeah, them say a bad mind. I mean, not care about PNP. I don't care about JLP. Who help the country to elevate? Who help my community? That me care about. They say if you are put in work as an MP, we vote for you. If you're not put in work, we vote you out. That's how it go. Now come tell me about me I'm not there-hearted PNP. I'm not there-hearted JLP. F that, yo. A progression we say. Who help you, help them. It no matter who. Labour right, PNP. It doesn't matter. But people still in the old days. Crazy, yo. Make me know what you think in the comment section. It's crazy though. It's crazy. Big up on yourself. And you say you're JLP, or me say me a JLP, and you say you're PNP, and you cut me off in this politics season, yeah, or election season, just make sure you know say after your life you cut me off. If we are running like a joke and you know back and forth, fine, we don't have no problem with that. You know what I say? Yeah, because we can have healthy conversations back and forth. But at any idea we know say politics and election season. So have fun with it. Don't take it personal. See? So we just want to say that to make you know say yo, don't take it personal, Bridging. and sisters. And don't go fight and kill up on yourself about them people there. Mark Golding and Bruce, Mark Golding and when name Andrew Holness. Them man they no business about on up on a personal level. So when uno go take up that politics thing personally pa uno head, uno know how stupid uno look, yo. If you kill off your brother and your sister, and I hate your brother and your sister because them have them own opinion, yo, no one do. Have fun with it. Vote for who you have vote for and keep it moving. Because anybody win, best believe you have to clock in and clock out of people them work. Or stay your yard if you not work. Or go up on your TikTok if a TikTok you do. But we have a regular life outside the election. Never take it personal. And if you take it personal, make sure you take it personal for your lifetime. If you don't want to deal with me, because me a PNP or JLP, not deal with me forever. And that's how it go. None of we not lose no weight. But me I make you know what time it is. Make me know what I think about this election and how people take it personal and how people are going like them an idiot. See? Make me know if I lie me I tell or true me I talk. A reason we a reason. At the season. Good over evil. Big Voice Radio in the building. Big up on yourself. Hit like, follow. Yo, just come back to the movement. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Mad.
Now, about JLP, when you joined,
yes,
why specifically JLP?
Yes.
Why not PNP?
Yes, you know, it's funny because in high school, some of my friends thought I was going to become a member of the People's National Party.
Okay.
You know, I went to Calabar High School, which is this really good high school on Reynolds Road in Kingston. And Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, a former Prime Minister of Jamaica, he is a past student of Calabar, and many other senior politicians, many of them retired now, are Calabar past students. So I guess there was an assumption, oh, you're probably going to follow in that path of the P.J. Pattersons and so on. And then I have a last name that's sort of tied to the PNP, the Sivrite name going back. There was a guy who was a minister, William Sivrite, Commodore, who worked with Norman Manley back in the 1950s.
All right.
So people just assumed, I think there's a distant relative, so people just assumed that was where I'll be going. I remember meeting a former Governor General, I think I was in high school or beginning university at the time, well, in university, and the former Governor General Howard Cook, who was aligned to the People's National Party, looked at me and said, boy, you look like a PNP, you know, of the 1950s or something.
Okay, all right.
It was kind of funny. But for me, really, it was just reading, getting to understand history, and both parties, they have their faults, right? They contributed to some of the problems in the country. Right. Absolutely no doubt about that. That's true. But when you look at the record of the JLP going back to the 1950s and the 1960s in particular, I was really impressed by just the levels of development planning that existed then under Hugh Shearer, under Donald Sanks to Alexander Bustamante, but Edward Seaga. He was a visionary, so the Kingston waterfront, the Ocherius waterfront, the Montego Bay waterfront, the developments, all the key institutions, the Jamaica Stock Exchange, you know, Air Jamaica, many of the development-oriented institutions, the Urban Development Corporation and so on, came from JLP vision. And to me, that sort of captured my imagination, right? And also I tend to be, I guess, a bit closer to center-right, maybe, I'm not sure, but I do believe in running an economy that's fair and that has space. You know, I enjoy the free market, so I think I sort of got tied into that realm of the politics. So I just sort of naturally flowed in that direction.
If you want rich, you do what the rich do. If you want poor, you do what the poor do. And that's why the PNP tagline could have never resonate with me. The Bible tells me I must envy good things, wish it upon myself. Them say they are for the poor and JLP is for the rich. Me no want poor. The fuck? Me no want poor, me want rich out. So me not gonna follow back at you. You got me comfortable being poor. Me not want follow back at you. Me follow back at rich some of them. You rich some of them will give me the motivation, the direction, the inspiration, dedication, and focus. Forget rich. And that is my goal. Forget rich. More rich out. When I go and follow back at you, you're for the poor. So, you just make me feel comfortable being poor. I'm just going to stay poor. Meanwhile, you rich. Are you crazy? Oh, no matter what you know words when time I know I use them. What you know word? Me now want to follow back at you. You are for the poor. Me follow back at who are for the rich. A rich more rich. The Bible says envy good things, and that is exactly what I am doing. Envying good things and wish it upon myself. Rich more rich out. Stay over there so. Stay over there so with who want to stay poor. And believe in being poor. And comfortable being poor. Me I go over here so. Rich more rich. If you ever hear that.
Today we need to talk about truth, because there's progress, real genuine progress, and then there's what looks like progress. I'm talking about perception. If you are a citizen of this country, this video might be one of the most important videos you watch this year, because it will literally change the very trajectory of your life, your finances, your health, your family, your country. If you're watching this, I'll try my best not to make it too long, but please watch it all the way to the end and share it and repost it so that people can make an informed decision. And by the way, I have notes written down, so if you see me looking down, it's because I want to make sure that I'm covering the real things. Number one, now everybody here, most of you here watching, you would have taken CXC or CSEC at some point in time. But did you know that in 2015, for people who had more than 5 subjects, including math and English, we're talking about basic stuff here, or pass rate, was 38.6%. That was 38.6%. Do you know what it is today? 19.2. That's 19.2% of people are passing 5 subjects or more, including math and English. That is crazy. And here's a receipt to show. 19.2% of that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And you know that this is going to have a knock-on effect on our economy, everything in our society moving forward. This can, like, 19.2% of people passing 5 subjects or more, including math and English, when it used to be 38.6. 10 years later, we've gone down. That's wild. But let's talk about number 2. What about our healthcare system? Now, we may not talk about the 24 babies and that died and the families that have been impacted by that, but let's talk about just health in general. Okay? How many people here have had a family member that has been sick, really badly ill, or maybe you yourself have gone through an ailment or an illness? Imagine something is wrong with you and you have to leave from one side of the island to go to the other side of the island just to get help. The Cornwall Regional Hospital, it was supposed to cost $5 billion with a B, and I'll put the screenshots in of the article so you guys can see these things. Do you know how much it's costed so far? $24 billion, and it's still not complete 8 years later, to the point where people have to be leaving from Mobay to go to Kingston. Now, again, if you've ever had a family member, an elderly relative, a family member, or you yourself has been sick, imagine having to go from one side of the island just to get basic care. It's ridiculous. And from this article, you can see it says, every delay is a risk to someone's life. We cannot normalize this. Our people deserve modern care, dignity, and a system that actually works. We're not talking about blocks and steel. This is about survival. People have died sitting on chairs waiting to be seen. Guys, this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. Let's talk about number 3. So that's our health, education, health. Let's talk about our employment and unemployment. Unemployment is down, but is it really? Did you know that in 2024 they changed the metric by which and how they are calculating unemployment? So now, if you work one hour, let me just read this because me 1 hour a week, you're not considered unemployed. Not only that, they've shrunk the age range of people that they will check for unemployment, so there's less people even being checked in that statistic. And also, if you're somebody who you've literally given up because you're not able to find work and you've given up on the job search, you are not even counted in the unemployment statistics. So they've literally changed what unemployment means in 2024. So unemployment is down to the point where even they said that you cannot use these current statistics, like the way how it's being checked now, to compare to what it was before, because it's two different things. And here's a screenshot. Here are the screenshots, and you can go and do your own due diligence and look up these things. So unemployment is down. Is this progress? When we're changing what things mean, how is that progress? And maybe you're saying, all right, I don't really care about the unemployment. Maybe you're saying you don't really care about the healthcare because maybe you're healthy and and maybe you don't really care about the education because you're already educated. But let's talk about your money. Let's talk about where your money is going. Did you know that every year the Ian Fleming Airport loses 1.73 million US dollars? I'm not talking about Jamaican dollars, I'm talking about US dollars. Because the airport only sees 2 flights per week, and your tax dollars are being used to subsidize the seats on American Airlines. And again, here is the receipt. Let's talk about where else your money is going. We all saw the Morant Bay Urban Center. Now, who here was excited about it? Because #development, yay, progress. But did you know that the municipal corporation, was currently paying $300,000 Jamaican dollars per month for their rent, when they're moved there, their rents will be going up to $10 million per month, from $300,000 to $10 million per month. Who do you think is paying for that? So we're happy about the development, but you know what's not happy? Your pocket not happy. But we said progress. And again, this is according to Jamaica Gleaner article of July 11, 2025. Number 6, let's talk about where your money is not going. Let's talk about where your money is not going. It's not going to you owning your own house. So since 2018, the National Housing Trust has never produced more than 2,700 housing solutions. And again, here's the article from the Jamaica Observer from April 7, 2024. And again, you can look this up yourself. I just need you to be informed about what it looks like versus what it is. Bear in mind, 2,700 solutions, when a report was made in Parliament that they will be doing 15,000. 2023, they only delivered 1,627 solutions. 15,000, 1,627 solutions. And at the same time, they're generating a surplus of $21.8 billion with a B for the financial year 2023 to 2024. The same year when only 1,627 solutions were delivered. But yet still in Parliament, they're talking about 15,000. They're producing less than 0.18% of completions compared to the working population. And again, the Jamaica Observer article from April 7, 2024. Does this sound like progress to you? Where do you live? Are you renting or are you owning? Because there's what it looks like and then there's what it is. Now, let's talk a little bit about this, what it looks like versus what it is. And I'll run through these quickly because again, I'm not trying to take up your whole day. In the Book of Achievements, they mention that they set up and funded an integrity commission to fight corruption. Now, the irony is not lost on me because I don't find it funny because the integrity commission's documentation, the actual website, and again, here's the screenshots because this is all there. If you don't look at what it looks like, but you look at what it is, this is what it says. Integrity Commission, the same one that's in the Book of Achievements, it says it is an offense to file a declaration late, file a false declaration, or fail to provide information requested by the organization. And me says so. Here's the document that was mentioned, the Integrity Commission. It's in the Book of Achievements. There's what it looks like and then there's what it is. And not to mention what you hear about progress and prosperity versus what you experience firsthand when you're on the roads, when you're in the supermarkets, and in your day-to-day lives. There is what it looks like and there's what it is. So where do we go from here? I need you to understand what progress is versus perception. And I also want to make sure you understand your role in this happening. When you do not vote, you make up over 60% of this population who did not vote, who allowed for these things to carry on. This will affect your life. This will affect your family. This will affect your health. This will affect your finances if you haven't already started feeling it yet. So my only call to action to you is for left your yard and vote. On election day, left your yard and vote. We cannot have a situation again where 37% of the population determines what happens to the entire 100%. It cannot happen again. Left your yard and vote. And when you vote, I need you to vote based on reality, not perception. Thank you for watching. Bye. I'll see you on election day.
I am going to tell you now which party you should vote for and which of the two party, whether it's the PNP or the JLP, that I will be voting for and why. The party that I 119 will be voting for is the party that plans to address the biggest problem in Jamaica. The biggest problem in Jamaica is not crime. It is no longer crime. The biggest problem in Jamaica is not the economy. The biggest problem in Jamaica is not education. It is not health. The biggest problem in Jamaica right now is a problem that is plaguing our society. And any one of the two parties, whether PNP or JLP, who plan to deal with this problem, that is the party that I will be voting for. Jamaica is not an economic disaster. We're not a world economic disaster. Jamaica is not a world education disaster. We are not a world health disaster. Jamaica's biggest problem is the fact that we are the world capital of jacket giving. The biggest problem in Jamaica right now, ladies and gentlemen, is paternity fraud. That is what we are known for around the world. Oh no, look how the world big. The world, the entire world, from Africa to Asia, to Australia, to Latin America, to the Caribbean, China, Japan, India, all the entire world. And we, little Jamaica, our women give the most jackets in the entire world. And there is an outcry, a massive outcry in the entire society over the fact that our women give our men so much jacket. And yet still, I have been looking at the manifesto of the PNP and the JLP. I have been watching their speeches. I watched the debates. And not one word. Canana po out of the two of them. Not one word from either the PNP or the JLP about how they plan to fix this crisis in Jamaica. It is our biggest crisis right now. It is not crime, education, health, or anything else. The biggest, most massive crisis that is crying out for attention right now is the jacket giving in Jamaica. And so, because I cannot find in any of the manifesto, any of the speeches, any of the debates, nowhere can I find peep out of any of the two parties about the fact that we need to fix this problem. For the first time in my adult life, I have nobody to vote for this election, and so I will not be voting. And I encourage you all to sit at home this election day and wait on the party that plans to fix Jamaica's biggest problem to vote for that party. The society is crying out for paternity fraud to be made a criminal offense. The society is crying out for us to have mandatory DNA testing at birth. The society is crying out for specific laws to deal with paternity fraud. But both the PNP and the JLP are afraid to offend women because women are off limits. Women cannot be criticized. Women cannot be offended. And they don't want to lose any of the women votes. And so none of them will touch it. None of them will touch it. One parliamentarian had the bravery, had the guts, stood up like a man in parliament and said, we need to do something about it. We need to have mandatory DNA testing. And Massa, they fly down upon him so fast. Not one more word. Not a single word. They are all ignoring it. They are all ignoring this massive, massive problem in our society, which I would say is the most pressing social problem now in Jamaica. And nobody, none of the politicians, them, no one look upon it. Because women should be allowed to do whatever they please and get away with it. Women should not be held accountable. Only men should be held to account in our society. So the woman them can give as much jacket as they want. That is what our politicians are saying to us. That it's not a problem to we. If the woman they want to kill you with jacket, then could have gone up 1 billion jacket for all we here. We no business. And you know what is sad? What is sad enough is that most of our politicians are men. Most of them are males. And no for no mind jacket right now. No for no sit down in the parliament there. Some of them get some jacket on the backside. But we're not afraid to talk. We're not afraid to say or do anything. And so it is very sad. I am personally very sad that I cannot vote in this election because none of the two parties have addressed or plan to address the biggest issue in Jamaica right now. 119.
I don't think I wonder if someone write it. Yeah, man. I really wonder if someone write it. But I make my last post, I'm going to say, I'm undecided. I'm going to read up on the PNP and the JLP manifesto for help, come to a decision. And if I ever see some of the comments them with the people in my left, I'm convinced some of you big, but you really don't have no sense. Some of you are talking about, remember when Siago was in power and the JLP this. Remember? Me never born yet. Me never born yet. Me never born yet. Me in the year. Someone talking about the things that my PJ Patterson do and how him run down the. Me never reach. Me never born yet. Me never reach. Some of you y'all lived through the prime ministers. Some of this will come. I have no choice but to go back and to read up on the things that did happen. Let the little pitney them time there. When I start have some farmer sense now for learn now and I learn the social studies and him say, who is the Prime Minister of Jamaica? Portia Simpson Miller. Me not focus on the politics, me ramping the dirt. Who not talk about? But make one video, I say, the JLP song nice, no cost my dog, rotten some me a labor right, me an undercover shower. I post the video with Dr. Shaw. I drive through the community. When they say me an undercover PNP, and me a dirty PNP girl no tell about my mother. Then, when I post the video, I say, I don't feel like me for vote. When I say, shut them out, stay your yard, then your vote don't matter. Whether you vote or not, we still are going to win. No, Mr. Me I try to make a decision, and the energy is still the same. Whether you vote or not, Labour rights still you win. Still are going to win. We don't need your vote, dirty girl. PNP same way. I feel like if somebody said them not sure yet, I see them as an automatic enemy. Like, good? Like, really good? You know how much dunce I will go out and vote on September 3? You know how much video I see? Matter of fact, you know how much pitney I see in a motorcade? Pitney can vote? You know how much pitney I see in an excitement? You know how much dunce I go out and vote on September 3? You know how much video I see where people are say, oh, them a vote for Orange, them a vote for PNP because that their mother and their grandmother vote for. You know how much people are going to vote for a certain color because them get a look at things squeezing at them hand? You know how much people are going to vote for a certain color because when them go up on campaign, them get KFC and me some want to read. I said I wanted to read to come to a decision. I want to class me. When I posted the video about the manifesto, I said the JLP, all I said was the JLP manifesto long. You just say things like this Andrew wanna put knife on my throat. You know? Like, wanna go there? Like, are you okay? I know that politics is a sensitive topic, but like, someone will need to chill out, especially with we young is. I know the glasses make me look old. I'm not that old. Give us a chance. No, it's not either way. Whosoever you vote for September 3, please remember that Jamaica belongs to Jesus. Yeah? Stay blessed.
Yeah, that's why we're born all Labour right and PNP to kai two of them see Marcus Garvey who represent self-sovereignty and the two cousin them who get paid under colonial regime fight him. Send him away and get him out, and then when him drop flesh, them want to come have him as national hero and want to come keep parade for him and one bag of hypocrisy. But we don't see it already. We don't see what Labour right and PNP is about. Can anybody come with self-sovereignty and self-sufficiency? Yeah, them fight down that. Yeah, them want we be dependent upon external powers, whether it be England, whether it be America, whether it be China, whether it be them. For them use the power and full up them pocket and we they beg them. But it not go work in this time. That me I tell them.
And we chant this mirror cut dog plate for the slave master.
Hello, Jamaica. Many of you would have heard this falsehood being peddled by the opposition PNP regarding their members being suppressed in Parliament and not being allowed to speak by the Speaker. Nothing could be further from the truth. How the Parliament works is that it naturally enables members elected to Parliament to make representation on behalf of their constituents. Parliament is derived from the French verb parler, which literally translates to speak. So Parliament, quite frankly, is a speaking place. The challenge the PNP is having, as I said in a previous video, with the Speaker of the House, the Most Honourable Juliet Holness, is that they want the Parliament to run in an arbitrary way and not a rules-based way, and it cannot work like that. In terms of context, the opposition had 14 members in the last parliamentary term. They are now up to 28. So it would appear as though they were of the view, following the last elections, that they were going to come to Parliament and kick up rumpus and create a storm. And the Parliament simply doesn't work like that. They are not going to be able to engage in the political one-upmanship and the empty point scoring in the way they are seeking to do. And I give you some examples. When a minister of government comes to Parliament with a statement, his opposition counterpart, the opposition spokesperson on the respective subject area, is allowed to make a statement in response, and any other intervention following that is limited to questions, whether from the government side or the opposition side. Where questions are to be posed following a statement by a minister, you find that there are opposition members who are in this business of seeking to make a statement and unduly editorialize, and the speaker often intervenes and keep them in check and hold them to the rules set out in the standing orders.
I'm asking members to think about their question and get straight to the question.
And that is precisely what brought the sitting of the House that preceded the passage of Hurricane Melissa into disrepute when the opposition members walked out, because the Member of Parliament for St. Mary South Eastern, the PNP's Christopher Brown, wanted to make statements in his lead up to a question rather than being focused and tight in posing his question so that the Parliament could move on. So the challenge is that the PNP members want to, in the pursuit of politicking and scoring political points, they want to make statements where questions are to be posed, and when the House resolves itself into committee, as we saw last week Tuesday night, they want to go on and unduly editorialize, engage in tedious repetition, and quite frankly, reopen the debate all over again. And that is not the purpose of the House in committee. In committee, the PNP members should realize that it is for them to propose amendments, not to reopen a debate altogether. And therein lies their fundamental challenge with the House Speaker, Juliet Holness. She is applying the rules, and they want the Parliament to run in the way they want it to run. And I dare say, it cannot work like that.
Then I office and a little argument attack about the election. Talk man, talk what you say a while ago.
Bad man, me say the two of them are thief, both green and both orange. Them are thief. But me prefer when I thief them.
Which one?
The orange thief, because when them thief, they just brush off little crumbs off a table.
So the PNP and thief, a little layman get a little money with it.
Yeah, the little man, the smaller people get something off it. When labor and thief, I only for the big man them.
So
not time for the small people.
So small people not labor right. You don't get no thief in money.
At the end of the day, the two of them are thief. But when me I say, me prefer work with the thief them we are.
You prefer work with the thief while help out?
Yeah, because two of them are thief. So you cannot say, oh yeah, I mean I vote for this one because that one they are thief. The two of them are thief. But who should I thief help out and
so hold on.
Spread the
one of them are
spread the thiefness.
So PNP are Robin Hood.
Yes.
And JLP are the sheriff.
Well, them are not even Robin Hood for them thief in themselves. But as me say, them have a little bit more conscience. Them kind of brush off crumbs off a table what they don't want. But labor right, no, not even dog no get bone when them chopping man. Not at all. But PNP, why not thief man? I mean, really on no side still, you know. But me I talk about when me witness. Yeah man, them in the down the man and for my whole family of PNP, you know, the whole area, for my whole road orange, you know. And then come across and me I say, yeah, whoever I buy my vote, me I vote for him.
Yeah.
I talk about my labor right come across and I shoot one little piece of sitting in my pocket man and I say, what you talk about? And my green shot me a march out in a launch out for my daddy say, hey, no come back across or something. So who me not really die hard in nothing.
I will put something in my pocket.
Yeah, but that idea there, you look at they realize say, they never don't get it, so it look like one big man in a labor right thing they know, just say, alright, yeah, I'm going to push out some money for people. And yeah, man, I collect for me look of food, man, because they have, nobody don't know me make me have my green shot. But nobody don't know me You understand? The whole of them a thief, dog. The whole of them a thief.
Yo, you hear it. Jamaican politics.
Like uno go on, like uno want to take over Andrew and I run with the country. Uno cast that tonight. That's the effect of you, the PNP. The Labour right them are showing us say, hold on, remember we named 49. How them want to know him. The Labour right try to tell the comrades say, we named 49, please. And I want the Labour right them don't forget one thing. And I want the PNP them to remember one thing. Always remember that we say 49. And the reason why we not go on so not make up on the nines and I go on because we not 14. I'm realizing a cash pad say 14 amount. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. But we realize that the Prime Minister played 3. You dirty blood clot. Oh, the sit down pound 14 and the Prime Minister played 3. Say no say more dead to blood clot. Pay dead mouth. Lord, I feel good as a dirty nasty Labour right. Yes, as a near nasty dirty Labour right at that. As a nasty dirty Labour right, I feel good in a foreign. God know I feel good. I feel good to see all of my Labour right hands come out tonight. I feel fucking good. Me no miss nothing. Me and my people them to make a difference. I am a proud supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. Watch this now. PNP. Damien Crawford now. PNP, come to me. All the rest are going to put up Damien Crawford as a candidate, right? All the rest you're going to put up Damien Crawford in a member of parliament and Damien close and squeeze him. Oh, the fuck you, Damien, him look like the last jacket suit him wear got the last function with the Prime Minister. Then at them the people you want to put in a power, you want to put people in a power who broke more than your blood clot. We are going to scrape before that they meet your ass. You want to take up 99, 100 of broke blood clot and give them money for angle. What the way you want to give Damien Crawford new clothes? What a way you want to buy Damien new suit? Because you are going to take up one bunch of broke people, put them in a Jamaica house. So let me ask you a question now. If you take a bunch of broke people, put in a Jamaica house, who the broke people them are going to start out first? That me want to ask you. Because I know if I broke and you put me in that blood clot, me are going to start out myself first. I am the leader and you put me in. I'm broke. So any blood clot body will come in at them and that them are going to get themselves started out. So that's what we want to understand. Now watch this now. Pandemic a come. World war a come. Storm a come. Disaster a come. Let me ask you a question now. Do you feel like a time for change government? The way how America lock gate and you can't get visa and Donald Trump go on and the pandemic, do you feel like it's right now for change government? With the world upon the brink of world war with Russia and America and all of these turfs and all of these bangarang, do you feel say Jamaica for change government? You cannot change a government now in a perilous time like this. And then again, but come to conclusion that the PNP no mean Jamaica good. But come to conclusion that the PNP are wicked. How can Jamaica moving forward and the people them I say Jamaica no good? How can the Prime Minister push the countries forward and you tell Jamaican people stop where Andrew do other part that me can't get? Let me slow down. Let me slow down. The work what the Prime Minister do, you are campaigning and tell the people them to stop that work there. And that me not can't get, you know. Me can't get how you gonna tell the people them to stop something where benefit them. Me not understand that with the PNP. Me not understand that with the PNP. If something is going good and making the country going forward, you are telling people them to stop it. Me can't understand. There are many ways you attack politics. There are many routes them can take for promote them brand or promote what them want or promote them vision. There's many routes them can use to sell them story. But when you look on the goodness and I tell the people them to stop it, that's deceiving the people them. That's misleading the people them. That you don't care for the people them. You only want power. I'm going to ask you a question. Looking at the PNP cabinet, tell me where you find a leader. Looking at the PNP cabinet and tell me where you find a leader. Looking at the PNP cabinet and tell me where you find a prime minister. More you look good. More you look good. Looking at the PNP cabinet, look where you can find a prime minister. Because the one where them have there now is a junkie. Him not drink rum, but might as well him go to the bar. Because him have a rummed energy. Who in there? None. Not one of them. Not one of them qualify for run the country. The only one thing I like what the Prime Minister say, I need the bottom of this, because this is about me. And before the PNP them bash him, I want to bash the Prime Minister upon this. I listened to my Prime Minister, and my Prime Minister said, on the first week of September, all students going to be free for 2 months. As a Jamaica labor rights supporter, my business no found not gonna lie, because I'm gonna tell the truth. That 2 months something took me out, Mr. Prime Minister, because you have to give me some more clarity upon that 2 months there. Because as a Jamaica Labour Party supporter, is either it go free forever or it not go free, or yeah say is a 2 months victory. Clarify that 2 months something there for me, because I don't really like it. Me not trouble the vote, me not no problem with the vote. But me have a problem with the 2 months something. Maybe we can talk about it. Well, after the election, you can adjust it. After the election, we talk about that 2 months something there. Because, Lord, the 2 months, Papa, you give me 2 years, man. 2 years. Give it 2 years now. Yeah, give it 2 years. All right, the next election, they're on the corner. All right, give it 1 year then. Give it 1 year. Give it 1 year out of the third year then. Give me one, yes. 1 out of the 3, but that 2 months there. He too cheap, Andrew. Remember we rich. Andrew, remember we say prosperity. Remember we say money, rich like my car. We just want 1 year, Papa. 2 years, me don't like it. 2 years sound cheap, man. Remember we rich, man. Remember we say prosperity. But me could see how that go. But 2 months has stressed me. But me could see how it go. After the election, we can talk about it. But me not lie. And then again, for sure, for sure, you say Andrew Wallace know a leader them, you know. Him knowing people them will support him, you know. When the Prime Minister say, and it's only for 2 months. But hold on, we're going to get back to the graphic. Yeah, the Prime Minister. It's for 2 months, but hold on, we have to get back to the, I'm going to say, yes, Andrew, you know the people there. I like how you're bad out. Hold on, we have to go back to it. Yes, Andrew, you have to go back to it. You definitely have to go back to it. So somebody knows say him knowing people them. Because when him say that, him say, hold on, we have, yes, you need to go back to, because of 2 months something there, you have to go back to. But let me see where I come from. I'm going to say something again. The PNP party. Don't you believe that the people's in the People's National Party right now, from Damien Crawford to Dayton Campbell to the opposition leader, don't you believe that majority of the PNP's People's and National Party should resign? They should resign gracefully after the election and bring new face. Do you think the PNP them should gracefully bow out and resign after they get a beating at them blood clot and bring in some new face? Because all of them old fridge there now work to blood clot as Samson run the place. Nobody no want no Balaloo. Nobody want no Sonia. No Sonia. And nobody no want no Erickson. People want Samson. All I want the people them to do is come out and vote. This is what I want you to know. Because the election is based upon power, it don't have anything to do with the opposition leader. Me and Uno know for a fact that the PNP them do not like them leader. And that's a shit. Hey, you remember one time them leader used to unite when them and PJ did all up in night? When them upon Mama P. You remember when them have a leader and we did a search to put ourselves together? You remember all them go on with themselves? Come on, you remember them go on with themselves, fly the gate, fly the Mama P, one Mama Posha, power. You remember me tell you one election when I cry. I cry when then take it for Andrew. And then come out the election day, you know. And the fuck of them go on, you know. From the week start, them say, take back it, blood. Take back where I take it back. Take back where I take it back. Take back where I take it back. We are Mama P, take where I take it back. And when them take back it blood clot and liquid with 45 under with nasty blood clot, see me? Me say I cry no blood clot, I cry! No, me I'm a good blood clot for restoring blood clot. I don't want to come take me out on the bright. You know how much ball me shed? I know, me see my party. Me proud to see my party a shine. When me look and see the Jamaican Labour Party and see how, come on, hey people, let me tell you, some bit of cold bomb wash me today. Hey people, let me tell you this, you know, me no Labour right because me see Andrew win, you know. Me a Labour right because I don't see the PNP don't make no sense. I'm always say as a Jamaican, I never see the PNP them, I never see Labour Party run the country yet. I hear me here. I was always dying to see how the Labour Party would a show for themselves because me hear when they say Siaga this, me hear when they say Manley a this, me hear when they say me always want the Labour Party to prove themselves. And you only man from the Labour Party when me see come and make sense is Andrew Oldness where me see, where make sense. Me never even know say we are gonna have a prime minister we stand up for Jamaica. Let me show you another thing what Jamaican people now say. If Andrew can show so much in a 3 years, well, you see, hey, I don't want to make the blood clad pain. I want to take a belly and lick now. Hey, I don't want to preach violence in a man. But I don't want to make the blood clad PNP them I get hype. And I make the PNP I feel like them a blood clad smaddy. Hey, listen me man. I 18 years them sit down in that blood clot you know, we never want a ceiling fan. I 18 years them sit down in that blood clot and we never want a standing fan. And look how much blood clot thing in a set of 9 blood clot here. We have book to blood clot. The book so heavy to blood clot we can't even print it to us. You have to go Google to know what we have. And they don't want them look at dibby blood clot, hungry belly come right there, come size up to blood clot. And I 18 years them under this blood clot and then can't show a receipt and then can't come out strong and then on a blood clot achievement and then them look at dibby bumbo clot, big friend, comrade, my big friend them. Yes, I'm a big friend them, but them know say politics time me I got class. Them know. Every PNP have to stay wide. Because as Andrew ring the bell, every PNP know them have to move their blood clot. We are friends after election again. Yes, that's how it go. That's the law. Not change. Me have a whole PNP friend. But the friendship broke until the election rest and the country got back normal again. Because I went dark out of my Labour right blood clot mouth. Just like when Andrew ring the bell. No, hold on there now. You see, let me say this and go away. if you are a diehard supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party, here where RT say, only think about one thing, the 49. The 49 cause problem. Them used to say Jamaica is a PNP country. Them used to say Labour right can't get certain seat. Them used to say Labour right can't get certain. They say Labour right only can get certain part. So the fact that you leak them in a 49 in a them blood clot, then kinda catch them to ras. Them they even like the blood clot opposition leader, and them are going mad to blood clot. Then you can imagine if they did like him. But we talk. If they don't like him to blood clot and them are one, so at the 49 I stress them out to ras. Believe me no man. It don't have nothing to do with the party. Believe me. At the 49 have them mad. And that I stress out PNP. The 49. It have nothing to do with Andrew. At the 49 I stress them. So that is why more remember say at the 49 I stress them and all the 49. From you all lamp on the 49, we not have no blood clot argument with them because we don't set the foundation. All we need to do, not even one blood clot seat them forget. Let me tell you something, Labour right. Come on, tell you something, Labour right. Come on, understand this election, yeah. Me say if you make them get an extra seat on the blood clot 15, me bex. Ross, I'll cheer. Lord God, Labour, I forgot buy back my chair, boss. Lord God, I forgot buy back a chair when PNP lose. Me say, not even one pound the 14 for make 15, them forget. Me say, it's an insult to the Labour Party to blood clot if you make them get 15. You mad? I want all Labour right know this. If you know where we not do when we not put the X. I say, it is a blood clot insult if you make them pick up even one seat. And that's right there. If you can take all 63 to blood clot, take them where? If you can take all 63 Labour right, take them where? And in this election to blood clot, I know them a come hard. But when me I said to you, say, if you make them get one blood clot seat, is a disrespect to Andrew Wellness. I mean, I don't more to say to you. Because all people need to run with that. Not even a seat the PNP them forget. If you want the Prime Minister feel good, give it the 14 them. If you want the Prime Minister continue, give him the 14 as a Christmas present. Or if you feel like you want democracy, and you want democracy prevail, give it 10 and you keep 4 then. The opposition leader, the opposition speaker, and the opposition leader. Whatever you want to place there. Just 4 for make democracy stand for know say at least we have a next party. Bring the 10 them come. 10 and 49. Is that 59? May I talk to you? 10 and 49. Is that 69? Is that 59? We want them seat there. We want them seat there. We want them seat there. You remember when PJ win election and give them holiday? I wear 100 there. One thing I like with my Prime Minister, him too strict on principle. Yes. Him too strict on principle. Mr. Andrew Wellness, in the third, give you one public holiday there. Same like when the PNP them they do back in the days there, where them win big election and PJ say, tomorrow is public holiday. Yes, Andrew, dose up them blood clot, make them go back in at the time here. People may are going now. Ladies and gentlemen, pick up on yourself. My voice are going. If you're a comrade, and if you're a comrade, do not upset with me. Just understand the story. If you're a comrade, do not upset with me. It's election time. I am focusing on election right now. I am not trying to be no friend with no comrade right now. Me and you can be back friend after election day.
What's up, beautiful and amazing people? Guys, according to the thumbnail and also the title of the video, you all know that we are going to talk about what Jamaicans are saying about JLP and PNP. And remember, we are going to analyze videos that Jamaicans did like 1 year ago, and then what is their take now, what are they saying now, that's what we're going to talk about. So Jamaica, in general, it has always loved to discuss about politics. I mean, be it in taxi parks, markets, be it in schools, be it in institutions, organizations. They love to discuss about how their country, their island is faring on. So in 2025, last year, remember last year there was a general election in Jamaica, and this debate was very loud. The JLP versus the PNP, it was extremely loud. So people were talking. A lot of them talked, and we've attached clips here of them speaking up and choosing between PNP or JLP. So you can clearly see that most of them, they have different opinions regarding who they support, why they support PNP, why they don't support, and the vice versa. So you can actually see that Jamaica Labour Party, by then, the outcome of this debate was like it was improving the economy, the infrastructure, and everything of the island. But if you look at what the PNP is saying, or the people that support PNP, they were telling the world and the island people that, guys, we deserve a chance. Just give us a little chance and we shall prove it to you. And guys, that has been talk of the town. So you all know that we have this side that supports Jamaica Labour Party, the other one that supports People's National Party. And that was the best thing that to ever do, to having discussions there and there. It makes us understand like where do many Jamaicans fall. So as you can see, majority of people supported Andrew Holness. Majority of them also supported PNP Mark Golding, and of course some of them believed that Mark Golding connected better with the Jamaican citizens. Some believe that it doesn't really connect with the Jamaican people. So I want us now to talk about 2026, because now people are looking back. They are watching those street interviews. They are seeing what the people were seeing. And what's happening is that these interviews happened really, really differently. Some Jamaicans were saying things are improving. Others were saying they're still struggling. So in today's video, we are revisiting those heated debates from 2025 and compare them to what Jamaicans are saying now in the year 2026. We are not talking about propaganda. We are not talking about party tribalism. We are talking about raw Jamaican opinions, unfiltered Jamaican opinions, unedited Jamaican opinions. We are talking about real voices, real frustrations, real hope. And guys, I know that some of these debates, they did get heated, not just heated, but very heated. So what were Jamaicans in the building saying in 2025? If you look back to the year 2025, that was the election season, the general election season. And this season had the Jamaican people divided. Everywhere you went, People are talking about JLP versus PNP. And one of the topics that kept coming up again and again was the cost of living. Because, Jamaicans were complaining about food prices. They were complaining about rent. They were complaining about transportation costs and the upcoming bills. So many people said that they felt tired with this cost of living. The young people on the other hand, they were like, the Gen Zs, as the Gen Zs, we are barely struggling. So people wanted answers during those times because that was the time that majority of leaders were actually telling out and reading out and selling their agendas to the people of Jamaica. So, as you can see from the clips, you can actually understand that some Jamaicans blamed the government on all these problems, believing that the government inherited difficult problems and now they're passing them on to the people of Jamaica. So I don't know if you add some of them saying that this progress that people are talking about, they are not seeing at all. But again, if you talk about lowering the crime rate, better road, they're like, okay, we are trying to see, but now you see again, Hurricane Melissa came in and nothing has happened so far. So that was in the year 2025, a pure division. And of course, the JLP party lost some supporters, I can tell you. And that's what I want to talk about now. Because by 2025, JLP had a very, very strong support system from the citizens of Jamaica. And many Jamaicans, most of them said that the country looked more stable before, it now looks more stable. I don't know what you think about that. Because according to them, 2025 looked more stable than before. And they had points. They were arguing based on road projects. They were arguing based on debt going down. They were arguing based on economic stability and crime reduction. So you can see the confidence really went up. But again, some people showed up and said that we believe the JLP looked more organized going into the election season compared to the PNP. The Gen Z, on the other hand, even defended Andrew Holness, like purely, especially when it comes to online platforms. And honestly, guys, I can tell you that many Jamaicans do respect Andrew Holness. They believe he's calm, he's careful, he's very professional, he interacts well or connects easily with the people. So, of course, we add those that don't like the JLP party. And you can hear them saying that they don't really support this party, they don't even like it. But again, those are just opinions. We have those who like, we have those who don't like, and it's part of life. So, I don't know what you think about that. As much as JLP lost some supporters, PNP, of course, they went to PNP, and PNP, they kind of added their numbers. But then, guys, frustration was real. As much as they got numbers, frustration was real because many Jamaicans felt like they were behind. They were talking about economic numbers and believed that these numbers meant nothing if normal Jamaican citizen is still suffering. You know, PNP, most of the time they focused on government frustrations or what the people felt about the government. Most of the time they attacked the government over so many things: high cost of living, poor healthcare system, lack of water supply, public service was down, corruption, and of course they talked about so many Jamaicans struggling to cope up with the economy, especially those that are living below, those that are way poor. So you see that, and it's very hard, by the way. So if you look at the supporters of PNP, they actually say that PNP looked more connected to the Jamaican citizens, to the suffering communities. And of course, that's what they believed in. That was in 2025. That anger, I can tell you, created an intense moment. So in the internet, so many people have come out to talk about these issues. And I don't know, do you think that social media makes things worse or better? Because, when people create clips to discuss a certain topic, it can either go viral or, it can go the other way around. So I don't know what you think about that. Do you think it's healthy for people to come out and discuss topics here and there? People want specific solutions. They don't want slogans. They do not want attacks. They want real plans. They want real solutions. And guys, the biggest issue that arose from this debate were the cost of living. Nothing else. The cost of living is what determines if a family will have 3 meals or not. And that is the reason as to why cost of living is the number one issue. Food prices, rent, transportation, affordable electricity, all these things that people wanted still felt very expensive. They couldn't afford. So both the JLP and the PNP used this particular item to sell their agenda, to sell, to the people why they wanted this seat. JLP, if you can remember, they promised tax relief and wage improvements. I don't know if that has happened because we are already in 2026. The PNP, on the other hand, told the government that people have waited for too long. So you should stop making promises. You've been in power before. And, it's really unfair to still promise them, like, we are going to introduce tax relief and improve wages. You should have done that before, not now, because you've already been in government. So this debate is kind of sounded non-stop by then. That island of Jamaica, they do general elections after every 5 years. And of course, that's what they were literally saying. And as you can see, in the year 2026, there's a lot of skeptical, people are skeptical now, because most Jamaicans have had a lot of promises more than real solutions. So what do you think changed in the year 2026? Because this is where things get complicated, interesting, and you see those Jamaicans that supported the government in 2025. Some of them are still supporting the government. Some already jumped to the other group. Others are becoming impatient. On the other hand, you see former PNP supporters saying that the PNP or the opposition has not fully convinced them. So what the Jamaicans are currently saying is that they just want results. They do not want speeches. They do not want promises. They do not want rallies. They do not want blame games. They only want results. And that you can feel that frustrations within the island itself. More Jamaicans seem to be extremely tired, you know. They seem to be tired of choosing sides. They just want practical questions, real solutions. They want someone who will lower the cost of living, the pressures. They want someone who will improve the quality of living. They are asking for the person that is listening to them. And honestly, that's a very big political shift, because now they are not fighting over PNP or JLP. They just want the best for themselves. The Gen Z in Jamaica, they are also speaking, by the way. And that's one of the major things that changed in 2026, because more Gen Zs got into discussing more of politics than the older people. So many Jamaicans now are questioning both the JLP and the PNP. They are the voices of the young voters. They believe that PNP lacks a strong message to the people. Some also believe that JLP communicates better, but it still needs to fasten their results and solution to the people of Jamaica. And of course, so much things are being exposed just by the discussions that happen here. Okay, we all know that the young people are less loyal to parties than the older generation. You know, the older generation, there was a loyalty thing, but the young people, they don't have something that is called loyalty. They don't care about orange, blue, yellow. They only care about opportunities for them, the jobs, better housing and affordable housing, internet access, better education, affordable education. You know, that's what they want, real solution, practical solutions. So I don't know what you think about that. Probably could comment down below and let us know what you think. So as much as there are divisions on what the Jamaicans are saying, we have those group of people that still say that both parties, both the JLP and the PNP, are the same. And this is what is being talked about now in the year 2026. Jamaicans are saying that these both parties, the JLP and PNP, they overpromised during elections. And after elections, Jamaicans still struggle. Too much tribalism still exists. But unfortunately, people keep voting the same way and complain the same way thereafter. So as you can see, that is very critical, you know. But anyway, it's life, it's politics. But again, I'm really happy that, you know, there is a growing number of Jamaicans who are practically exhausted, that the only thing that they want is just accountability. They don't want to be like, I'm loyal, I'm not loyal. No, they just want accountability. And you know, sometimes politics gets too personal, and this is where people are told that don't ever keep politics in your heart, because how the politicians are playing this game, it's just you know, they are doing it out of interest. It's all about interest. What are they getting? So as citizens, we should never really take politics into our hearts, but into our lungs, so that in case of anything, we just breathe it out and it disappears. So, is it JLP or PNP or what? We don't want to discuss about that. We just want practical solutions at this particular moment. Thank you, my good people. If you watched the clip up to this point, I do appreciate your presence. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you for your support, guys. See you same time.